So today Sony had their big conference out at E3. I wore my black for Sony, but I didn't get to watch the whole conference yet. The only part that I can focus on right now is the part where they announced the release date of Gran Turismo 5. Sony has decided that Gran Turismo 5 will finally come out, and it'll come out on November 2nd, 2010, at least in the United States. I don't know the release dates for other countries. Sony has been messing up Gran Turismo 5 for years now. Yesterday I made a video that criticized Microsoft with the 360 Slim. Today it's Sony's turn. Back in 2008, a lot of people actually thought that we were going to get Gran Turismo 5 by the end of that year. So, to a lot of people, including me, it almost feels like Gran Turismo 5 has been delayed from 2008 to 2009 and now to the end of 2010. It feels like we've been waiting almost 2.5 extra years for this game. Now, I know Sony didn't announce the release date back 2008, but it made sense to a lot of people that would come out back then, because it had been about 2 years since PS3 launched, and most games take about 2 years to develop. Now, 2009, most people were okay with, though, because Gran Turismo was a big game. But now it's the end of 2010, people are really beginning to get annoyed. I mean, it's been a while since Gran Turismo 4, and that thing on the PSP doesn't really count. So it's been a long time since the last big Gran Turismo game, and I think people are beginning to lose a little bit of interest in the series. And it's just so stupid for Sony to mess this up, because Gran Turismo has always been Sony's highest selling game. Every major Gran Turismo release, which means every Gran Turismo game ever made except the PSP one, has sold at least 10 million. To give you an idea, that's about what Halo 3 sold. I actually think the highest selling was Gran Turismo 3 A-Spec. I think that sold actually about 15 million, which is a couple million more than Halo 3. So you get the idea. This is a huge franchise for Sony. And I don't know how they messed this up. I mean, this is like their biggest franchise, at least sales-wise. They could not afford to mess this up. So I'm getting really frustrated with the release date personally. I know a lot of other people are. There are two really good things about the release date of Gran Turismo. First of all, it's a month before Christmas. It's pretty obvious how that helps Sony. It should help the PlayStation 3 some more around Christmas, which will of course help Sony catch up with the 360, or at least it'll give them a chance to do that, and that's what Sony wants to do. And also the game will sell more because people will buy it for their kids for Christmas, and it'll still be fresh in their memory. Hopefully Sony will advertise it, and those advertisements will still be on TV, so people will be thinking about it. It's also good to release Gran Turismo on the 2nd of November because that's the beginning of a month. That way you get an entire month of sales for the game all at once. So you get like the group of people who buy the game right when it comes out, and then also everyone else who buys the game for the next month. So that way the sales for that month will look really impressive. Not that that affects the quality of the game, that shouldn't affect, people buying it. But it's a smart idea for Sony and the makers of Gran Turismo. From just a business standpoint, from the point of view of you want to make it look like you're selling a lot of games, that's a smart decision. Like I said though, it doesn't affect the gameplay. I'm getting it either way. It doesn't matter to me. But I'm just saying, it seems like Sony's gotten a lot smarter. Also, of course, they're releasing it near Christmas, which should help PS3 sales near Christmas. Overall, I mean, I'm annoyed that Sony has taken this long. Gran Turismo 5 should never have taken this long, but at least now it looks like they're doing it right. So, that's all I got for Sony's conference today. I know Nintendo's conference was also today, but I don't want to do 2 videos in one day, so I'll be doing Nintendo's conference, or at least one major thing from it, tomorrow. I'll do, my opinion on the entire Sony conference, the entire Microsoft conference, then the entire Nintendo conference later. Because, I can't put up more than one video in one day. That just gets to be too much.